Good to see those guys get some recognition, and you can tell there's a lot of excitement in the air for this ball game. It's our first appearance in the game. I think it's Georgia Tech's second appearance. It's also unique in that we, played in a shootout earlier in the year, so that was pretty exhausting for everybody playing in it and watching it probably. Should be a lot of fun, but appreciate y'all being here today. And again, we're just awful excited and very humbled that we have this opportunity. With that, I'll take some questions.
Gene Sapicott from Charleston. Dabo, do you like having the ACC Championship Game in Tampa? Would you rather have it in Charlotte? Do you like that it moves around? What do you think?
Well, this is the first one I've ever been to, so Tampa suits me just fine. I've only been here for a couple hours. Seems great to me. Maybe ask me that tomorrow night. I know it was in Jacksonville a couple years, and then I guess they moved it down here last year. I'm not really sure. I think it goes to Charlotte next year for a couple years, and then after that, I'm not real sure how that process works. But I just want to be in it. Wherever they have it, I just want to be in it. I'm happy.
Pete Yanity from various entities. Dabo, after the Maryland game, Michael Palmer was one that I remember. Some other guys said this. A lot of the seniors said this team needs to grow up. You were 2-3, tough loss. Do you think over the stretch of now getting to this point, you've seen the team grow up, or was it just simply a matter of playing better?
Well, we certainly have played better, but we definitely have grown up and matured in a lot of areas. We went 6-1, down the stretch here to finish the year, and we got a freshman quarterback that, in particular, when we played these guys, was his first ever road game and only his second ball game. And I think everybody who's followed us this year will certainly agree that he's definitely matured as a player. He's not near as good as he'll be next year or 2 years from now, but he has really improved and grown. We've gotten better. Offensively from an execution standpoint, and a lot of that comes from maturing and understanding, the importance of execution, attention to detail, those type of things. We've definitely matured.
Greg Wallace Anderson, Independent Mail. Dabo, what do you feel about the weather being a factor? It's pretty wet outside today. It looks like there's about a 70% chance there'll be kind of a gloomy, nasty night tomorrow night as well.
I'd say that's just kind of par for the course. If you've been a Clemson fan this year, we've played in just about everything you can think of. We've torrential downpours to extreme heat down in Miami. It just doesn't matter. We don't really pay any attention to it. We're going to line up and play in whatever the weather is.
Steve McGarkey, Rivals.com, Yahoo Sports. Both these teams are coming off losses to your rival schools. I'm sure it hasn't affected your team's excitement heading into this game, but I'm just wondering if you get the sense it's affected the excitement level from maybe your fan base or around the country toward this game, one way or the other.
I would think this place will have a ton of orange in it tomorrow night. I'd be very surprised if the Clemson fans don't show up. I think we sold all of our tickets, and Georgia Tech probably sold theirs as well. You can't let one game determine your happiness as far as being excited about playing in a championship game. I made the analogy earlier this week in the press conference. You only get so many opportunities to play for a championship, and when it's all said and done, nobody really cares what your record is. There's one champion. The Super Bowl, whoever wins the Super Bowl this year, nobody's going to say, but they lost 4 games. It just doesn't matter. It's about earning the right for postseason play, which both of these teams earn that on the field. You can sit here and, you're disappointed that we didn't win our rival games, but both teams have to quickly refocus, because this is what you start the season wanting to do, is to be the champion of your conference. And that's what we both have the opportunity to play for. And I'm sure their kids got refocused, and ours did. Had a great week of practice. We're excited about it.
Back to the room.
Jeff Hart from Channel 4 in Greenville. Coach, they say expect the unexpected, but nobody expects a low-scoring game here tomorrow night.
You know, I would be surprised. I mean, you never know. I mean, it could be 9-6. I doubt it. You know, but in college football, you never say never. You know, anything is capable. You know, I'll take 2-0 right now. We'll just call it quits.
Coach Brian Landman, St. Petersburg Times. How much does it help, if at all, because I know September was a long time ago, that your defense is now getting 2 shots at defending the triple option? Well,
I think it helps you in that, you know, most of the time when you're game planning for an opponent, especially a conference opponent, typically you've played them the year before, and you can look at some film and maybe see how they played you and what was good, what was bad. You always make those mental notes, preparation errors, things like that you learn in a ball game. But it's usually you put that in the file for next year. And the personnel changes at both places. This is unique in that we're studying ourselves, playing the people that we're going to play from a personnel standpoint. So that's an advantage for both sides, because you know your kids have a good feel for the guy that they're going to line up and play, and so do they. You can see your success and your failure, but in particular their style of offense. You know, I think it helps you in that these guys hopefully will have some recall, even though it's been a while. They'll have some recall of how you have to play and defend this offense.
To the far right.
Hale McGranahan, CUTigers.com. Dabo, what kind of asset has Coach Ford been to you since your time as head coach?
Oh, he's been great. You know, I've visited with him on several occasions, and you know, he's just he's got a lot of wisdom, a lot of common sense, and you know, especially early on when I first got this job, just bouncing some things off of him, and but he's you know, he doesn't say a whole lot unless you ask him something. But he's been very helpful. He's spoken at our clinic. He's come over for our camps and visited with our high school coaches. He participated in our fantasy camp. I mean, he's been really good. And in fact, one of the things kind of talked to him about before the year was, you know, that was one of my goals, and really wanted to win our division and be in this game. That's our goal every year. We want to be here. But in particular, you know, I thought it would be great this year if we could figure out a way to get it done, because we knew that they were honoring Coach Ford. So I think that's a special opportunity for Coach Ford and for Clemson.
Paul Strelo at the State. Dabo, can you expound on what you were mentioning last night, kind of the idea of packaging this game and the SEC game in Atlanta, even though you said you don't have a vote?
Oh, yeah. No, I just, somebody, was it you that asked me that? Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. You know, some entrepreneur or something got a hold of that, and you know, we do that. We've been doing the ACC SEC kickoff here the last couple of years, and I think that would be an easy venue, and obviously you don't have to worry about the weather and things like that. But got plenty of hotels, and be something that might get discussed somewhere along the way. I don't know. I don't know how those decisions are made. That's all I know is wherever they have it, Clemson wants to be there.
Ed McGranahan, the Greenville News. The temperature or the pulse of your team right now, anything unique this week with this game, or is it pretty much business as usual?
Well, we've tried to keep it business as usual, and they understand what's at stake. I mean, everybody else is done, and there's been a little bit more media. There's been, you know, not your normal type of, you know, week from a coverage standpoint. You know, newspapers have more and things like that. I mean, this is one of their goals. This is what they've worked all year for. I think they have an understanding of the magnitude of the game, but you know, we really try to get them focused more on their performance and doing the things that it takes to win a ball game, regardless of the magnitude. Just, you know, focus on, hey, doing your job, knowing what to do, what kind of effort you're going to play with. You know, that's the best way I think to go about it. We've tried to do that, but you know, there's been a little different spirit, I would say, because there's no next week. It's not like you know, you're going to be in there Monday preparing for another opponent. This is it, and so it's kind of the end of the road for the season. and in particular your seniors and things like that. Obviously, we'll have a bowl game, but it'll be a while before we play.